So, rotation in the golf swing. It's one of the fundamentals of good golf. If you can't rotate your body, which includes your shoulders, your rib cage, your hips, then there's a few things that aren't going to happen. You're probably not going to hit the ball very far. You're going to struggle with club face delivery, and there's a good chance that you're going to struggle with contact too. So I've got 3 simple tips that are going to improve how much you can rotate your body. So if you're struggling with a short backswing, if you struggle with distance and are just looking to try and get more rotation in your golf swing, 3 tips for you. So let's get straight into it. Number 1, do not underestimate the power of foot flare. So the angle that your feet are at setup dictate how much range of motion you have in your hips. So if you're one of my lessons that come in, and I see it quite often, the feet are straight ahead, the feet are maybe toed in, straight away, unless you're super flexible, you've restricted how much you can rotate those hips. So it's very specific to you, but if you're someone who struggles with hip turn, or even just walk off the golf course and have sore hips or a sore back, that could be a telltale sign that you need more foot flare. So if we set ourselves up, we're going to have a left foot slightly more flared than the right, because we're going for a full 90-degree hip turn into the follow through, as opposed to the backswing where we're maybe looking for about 45 degrees. So if we think of a clock face, and if we think both feet are pointing at 12 o'clock, I would suggest that you start with pointing your right foot at 1, so just a small amount of flare, and then your left foot at 10. So straight ahead is 12 o'clock. Don't be one of these guys. That's only if you want to turn your hips less. So we're going to go for 1 o'clock with the right foot, and we're going to go for 10 o'clock with the left foot. That's a starting point. If you need more hip rotation, flare them out more. There's no set amount that you have to have them, but the more you do this, the more you encourage hip turn. The more you do this, the more you restrict hip turn. So we're in, we've got the foot flare. Let's go 1 o'clock with the right foot, 10 o'clock with the left foot. Let's see how much we can turn those hips back and through. Lovely. So, foot flare. Do not underestimate how much foot flare you have in the setup. Do number 1 before you do any others. So tip number 2, don't be scared if you struggle, especially in the backswing with hip rotation. Don't be scared to pull your right foot back slightly. How many times have you heard, I hit the ball so much better when I pull my right foot back? Most golfers slice it, most golfers probably don't rotate as well as they could, and if you can bring this back, you start to rotate more and you reduce the curvature on a slice. You're less likely to come so far out to in. So I would highly recommend that for people. If you're going down that route, what you want to try and do is get that into a consistent routine. So you come behind the target, you pick your target line and start off aiming the club face, the most important. So we're going to aim that on the target line. Then from there we get our ball position and everything running parallel. We've got our foot flare because that's going to help. And then from there, just bring the right foot back so the toes of the right foot line up with the shoelaces of the left foot. So they're not going back too much. That's really going to help that hip turn on the way back. So right foot's back, feet are flared. We're going to get lots more hip rotation, which is going to help our contact, which is going to help the strike, it's going to help the length of swing, and it's going to help the distance. And then tip number 3, please do not try and keep your head down so much in your backswing. If you're struggling with length of swing in particular and really struggle to rotate on the backswing, perhaps you're keeping your head down too much. What can end up happening if we do that, we keep the head down, we get this left shoulder down, and we really sort of crunch down this way. So we have too much forward bend and we don't extend up as much as what we could. With that, you're going to massively restrict how much you can rotate the shoulders. So if it looks something like this, down, keep your head down, keep your head down, that's maybe as far as you can go. Struggle with the power. So if it looks like this, down, 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 losing height, dipping down, standing up, it really is, although that's been an okay shot, it really restricts how far you can hit the ball. So what we want to try and do, we want to try and extend up with the chest without standing up too much. So the easiest way you can think of that, imagine you have a torch stuck to your chest. We are going to bend forward and point that torch down towards the ball. And rather than being crunching down and pointing that torch down here, we want to try and turn, turn, turn and point that torch behind us. If we can do that and it's not pointing down to the floor, it's up this way, we've extended up enough that we can get good rotation in both the hips and the shoulders. We can also get a really well connected and good length of swing. So we're down, there's a torch in the chest, torch pointing down. Don't be doing this, don't point that torch down to the floor. Turn, 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 point that torch behind you and upwards. Try and copy that, make a full shoulder turn, full hip turn, extend up, turn, and turn again. So golfers, give these a try. 3 easy things you can take to the range of the course that are going to dramatically improve rotation, ball striking, club head speed. You're going to hit the ball a lot higher in a good way because you've added a lot of club head speed, and you're also going to improve that contact as you turn through, as you start to shift that weight forward, and you will see a big difference. So give it a try, comment down below how you get on with those tips. And a couple of things, don't forget, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click that like button. Let's try and get this as the most liked video on the channel so far. And if you're looking for any free tips, click the link down below. You've got a Skillest link where you can send videos, get a video analysis and a video feedback to improve your game. And there's also some links down below where you can click them and get a free weekly and monthly newsletter with extra tips that are going to help you out next time you're on the course. See you next time on the channel, and thanks for watching.